Notre Dame, on this court behind us today, pulled off one of the most impressive comebacks you are ever going to see in an ACC tournament game. College basketball game, period. They went down 21 in the second half of this one. Bonzie Colson was completely shut out in the first half, shooting 1 of 10 going into halftime. And Virginia Tech, maddening pace, ton of shots flying, getting three-pointers to go at a very efficient rate. Built a very stable podium on top of this one, and the way they were playing defense, the way they were doubling Colson and daring others to shoot, backfired because Matt Farrell in the second half of this one really expanded. Mike Bray said they were trying to get him off the ball, get Gibbs on the ball a little bit, work some screens to give Farrell some space to make plays, and he was making a flurry of secondary plays to get his teammates open, create free throws, which became a reliable source of offense for them, but also give Colson and Farrell some space. And they both talked about the extra room that they were able to find in the second half to get this team going. They both hit back-to-back threes once they pulled within 14 to really get this comeback going. And then the play of the game, honestly, an offensive foul by Clark going inside, and then a little shove that, Farrell may or may not have taken the extra fly into the cameras for dramatic effect, but either way, that shove got Clark a technical foul. Farrell adds 2 more free throws there, and Notre Dame was on its way. Not too far from where I'm sitting right now, Colson walked up to the line and hit a spot-up 3 with over a minute to go on the right wing that put Notre Dame up for good with room to add on to it. They erase a 21-point comeback, and they do not look like someone you want to play right now. Colson found his footing with 3 or 4 shooting in that second half. The clutchest shot he's taken in his Notre Dame career to keep Notre Dame not only alive in this tournament, going into Duke tomorrow for a very challenging game that'll play out ahead of them, but they also think they have a case to make March Madness. Every coach does, but they definitely added to their chances today with a strong quartile 1 win. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, their coach Buzz Williams says they just completely collapsed once they reached that 15-minute mark in this one, and they were not able to hold off Colson and others playmaking the same way they were able to in the first half. Pfluger even got involved as well, but really this was just a story of Notre Dame finding its footing. As I said at halftime, a number of guys I relied on out there to make plays, Gibbs chief among them, and he caught praise for how he played in that second half. Robinson for Virginia Tech took a tough spill over the last few minutes out there, and that paused the game. Notre Dame did not like that, but by the end of the night, they were able to get the shots they needed off, and they were able to score what they needed and more to pull this one off. Just a phenomenal effort in that second half, and you saw Farrell and Colson embrace in the final minutes there. Farrell said he couldn't reveal what he was actually saying out there. Definitely some expletives, but it was just letting out frustration that they've both felt all season. Bray talked about again how this year has been such a challenge for them with injuries and everything else they've faced, losing 7 straight games in the midst of the regular season as they did. They're still alive and well for March Madness, and as I said going into that game, they are a dangerous group as they begin to get everybody healthy and everyone in line there. Syracuse after them was not able to pull off a 21-point comeback, even though that's how much they went back to. But the fact that Notre Dame has Colson, Farrell makes them very dangerous now as they begin to get into order. Would not want to play them going forward. Even if I'm Duke, would not want to play them in March Madness, and it looks like they may be going there. So that's all we have from Brooklyn after this one. They move on tomorrow to play again, and Virginia Tech is 1 of 4 heading home today. If you didn't catch this one, you got to see it. I would recommend going to watch this one on replay because it was an unforgettable college showdown. That's what it's all about in March, and we have more to come here in Brooklyn. CLNS Media, follow along on YouTube and the site. We will see you back here tomorrow.